Welcome back to the Morning Brew. I am delighted to have Nika Allen join us this week here on the show as co-host, and thanks for doing it, Nika. Looks like your office showed up here.
I know. I'm having my whole office came to see me. Did you guys miss me already?
We love it.
We have Renz-Whitmore here with the New Mexico Tech Council, and you want to introduce your guest?
Roxanna. Blair.
Roxanna.
And then I'll give you.
That's right.
Yeah, Roxanna Blair is here. All right, we're always talking about startups and all the fun stuff that goes with that. What's the topic today?
Well, I think one of the things that we've seen really recently, and I think particularly this year, is just the real rise of creative startups, of the creative aspects of what's going on in the startup world. So we saw a lot of that during Tech Fiesta and a bunch of major events that happened there. But I think one of the real catalysts is the Creative Startups Accelerator. You've heard about the other accelerators, or the ABQID Accelerator is doing really well. But I think what they're doing with Creative Startups is particularly special. And we're looking to see some great news coming out this Thursday.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. And so what we're doing, and it's really exciting because I was here a few months ago when we were accepting applications. And so we actually now have our 12 startup teams. They come about half from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the other half come from across the country and even internationally. And this next week, we're bringing them all here. They actually are showing up this evening along as our group of mentors that are coming from nationally as well.
Wow. We've got a national footprint with this.
Yeah, international even. And so that's what we're really excited about. And speaking to what Eric is saying, the startups have for a long time focused almost pretty specifically in the tech and in the software arenas. And so this is kind of a big test. We're a startup in ourselves, seeing if we can apply the same fundamental business practices and system of training entrepreneurs and helping them grow quickly and taking it to different industries, which include film, fashion, music, publishing.
You must have a lot of eyes on you guys, I think, in the whole country right now, probably, because this is so unique.
Yeah, it's feeling that way, and so we've gotten a great response, and that's also due in large part to our mentors, which do represent founders in a variety of industries from across the U.S. who have gotten really excited about the potential for this new model of doing things, and so they're volunteering and coming here to be a part.
Let me ask you about the mentors. And do you find them or do they find you?
It's a combination, and so it takes a lot. It's a result of many years working in the creative industries with the Center for Global Entrepreneurship, the Global Center for Cultural Entrepreneurship, and so it takes networks that you can't necessarily just build overnight, but are a lifetime worth of networks and people that we've connected to. But it has gotten easier now that we've gotten started, and of course, and so it's an easier sell to get people involved because they see what we're doing and the great startups that we're working with.
I love the concept, and actually I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how they think that you might be able to really pinpoint who's going to be an entrepreneur before they even are one. And so seeing all these accelerators come up, and especially in something like the creative industries, is fascinating to me to see how we can maybe pinpoint these people from any industry, really, tech, creative industries, fashion, whatever it may be, and put them in an accelerator, and you might be able to have a successful entrepreneur afterwards.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and we've been really excited to see the whole process because the startups, the accelerators help entrepreneurs not just grow their businesses, but maybe find out a little bit more quickly if it's not working, which is a huge thing as well, because you can be a great entrepreneur, but have a startup that maybe the first time around isn't going to work out. And I think we've seen a lot of that, and it's a good thing, and that's why we're saying that failure is good, and it's okay to fail as long as you get the key learning points and bounce back.
Yeah, I think there's just saw some study from Kaufman Foundation, and it might be maybe 10% of those first startups. But as you keep doing those, as you keep growing your network and basically your knowledge and your skills, that opportunity or that percentage goes up to about 30% for a successful startup. So, more starts is a good thing for Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Let's talk about this event Wednesday night. I want to know about that.
Yeah, so we have events going on throughout the week. We're calling it Creative Startups Week. So Wednesday night we have Kevin Johnson, who's one of our mentors, coming. He has a multi-million-dollar media company out of Atlanta, and he's a successful entrepreneur that wrote a book called The Entrepreneur Mind. And so this is a book that they use in courses at Harvard. It's a New York Times bestseller, and so we'll be at the Hyatt on Wednesday at 5 p.m. with him to do a book signing. Books will be available, and he'll be there kind of talking about some of these tips about what it is that makes an entrepreneur and what are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur.
Very cool. And then, do you have stuff during the day too, or is it mostly at night that you guys are?
We're partnering with 1 Million Cups Wednesday
Great, that's
morning.
great.
And so another one of our mentors, Dickon Sire, who has Desire out of Santa Fe, who they build the websites for the Emmys and Paramount Pictures. He'll be presenting at 1 Million Cups Wednesday morning at Fat Pipe at
Really excited about that.
9 a.m.
That's my
Wow.
office, actually.
So back to your office.
Yeah.
We'll all be there. And then our big event is our demo day on Thursday afternoon. And so Thursday afternoon at 6
Excited.
p.m., we'll be at Explora, and we're going to have food trucks and fun for everyone. And all of our 12 teams are going to give a really quick presentation on what they do. So everyone will be able to meet our entrepreneurs, meet our mentors. We're expecting a really big crowd. We already have a ton of people RSVP'd, and you can RSVP on our I think we're getting close to 150 at this point. So yeah, get in quick. I'm not sure how many people Explora can handle.
That's
so.
right. And is the website creative-startups.org?
That's our main website where you can see our entrepreneurs, and you can also RSVP at culturalentrepreneur.org/RSVP.
Now, when you say demo day, are they going to actually give a presentation or a
Yeah, so-
demonstration of what they do? Or what they-
Exactly. So it'll be a combination. It'll depend on, we have lots of different startups and lots of different industries, but so we have some in fashion that'll actually bring their products. We have some that, and it's kind of up to them. It's up to the entrepreneur. They have 2 minutes to really quickly show off what they want to show
Whoa.
off to the community. So we're excited about
I've
that.
been waiting for
Yeah.
your demo day
Yeah, it's
since
gonna be
you
easy.
guys launched the accelerator. Actually, I'm like, I can't wait to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
exciting.
so glad to hear that. Thank you.
Well, that's exciting. So after demo day, what do you want to see happen for these folks? What goes next?
Yeah, that's a great question. So following demo day, we actually have private sessions with investors that we've brought into Albuquerque as
Yeah.
well. We want for some of the startups who are seeking investment to secure it. But then we go on to do 6 months of mentorship. And so we help our entrepreneurs and startups partner with mentors. And we know that approach and that creating networks, that growing beyond who you already know and taking that advice takes a little longer. And so that's what we're committed to kind of in the next phase of the Creative Startups program.
And that's such an important step because without that, I think that can really kind of make or break the difference between, just what was a 3-month accelerator program, which is great, and a really successful company that can move on by itself afterwards.
Eric, how does the Tech Council relate to this? And are they a managing partner or
No. So,
supporting?
I mean, basically, one of the things that the Tech Council's been doing is we try to be a catalyst and convene and try and
Right.
bring things together. And another thing that we've been doing, and sort of partnering with UPublic and others,
Right.
is to really help share the stories of the great things that are going on and around innovation, startups, and technology. So, and one of the great stories I think that's coming out is that great innovation doesn't necessarily need to be about technology. We like that there's probably going to be some technology involved.
Sure, that's the.
But it doesn't have to be part of
Yeah.
it.
That was one of my favorite pieces about joining the Tech Council, actually, was that everyone who works at the Tech Council is pretty open-minded about what a startup is or what an entrepreneur is and what they can do. And we've seen a lot more of that. And I think the different pieces and how we're all supportive of each other really creates an entire ecosystem, not just, a tech-based ecosystem, which is also great, but we have it all.
Well, like Gary Oppedahl will talk about we're making a scene here in Albuquerque. And that scene isn't just about investors or people who've got a business mindset or a technology mindset. It's really bringing all of these different parts together to create something amazing, to use an amazing word.
I think,
Amazing.
yeah.
It is
I think
amazing.
An interesting
This one, it's okay.
component of this story too is that we're doing this in Albuquerque, but there's an appetite for it all over the country and all over the world. People are out there everywhere looking for opportunities like this and a place to land and showcase what they do. And half the people on demo day will be doing just that from elsewhere.
Exactly. We're really excited about that opportunity because we think both you know, it offers huge potential both from the entrepreneurs coming here, but really for our entrepreneurs here as well, to be able to
Sure.
grow their networks outside of Albuquerque. And that's kind of what growth is all about, especially
Sure.
when you're a young company. So
No doubt about it.
we're really thrilled to have that opportunity to really highlight Albuquerque as a place for creatives, because it goes exactly to what you all are saying is, you know, we want a thriving ecosystem. We want, what kind of city do we want Albuquerque to be? We've always been funky. We have our arts, we have our culture, and it's something that we need to embrace and really grow.
I think that this is perfect for Albuquerque, just like you said. I mean, this is something that we can actually take, that we have control of, and that we're good at. And then hopefully we can thrive in this industry.
It really works nicely with the brand that Albuquerque and, say, Santa Fe have, where you
Yeah.
know, people are looking. We are authentically a place that does creative and arts really very well. So bringing this together and making it part of the startup ecosystem, I think, is really important.
Well, you're going to have a fun week.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
really are. Roxanne.
And this is what better way to start it off?
I know,
Yeah.
exactly. We're so thrilled to be here. So
Yeah, well, thank you,
so much.
Roxanne. Roxanne Blair, Creative Startups. We've been putting the websites up there. Eric, always a pleasure to see you
Pleasure to
too.
be here.
Thanks, Shy.
Thank you. Very interesting stuff. It's the Morning Brew. Nika and I will be back in just a moment.